All right, welcome to the third session. This is Enhance Your Prosperity Consciousness. So, today's topic is around guilt we hold towards our parent figures and why it is important to address this guilt, what we have held towards our parent or parent figures consciously or unconsciously. I'll come to it. I'll talk in detail about how we hold these guilts in in depth of our subconscious mind and how it influences us. Now, the intention of creating these workshops, one is, though we are using healing modalities, healing techniques, and various uh, means and tools to connect to our subconscious mind, it's all about you. This platform is all about you. This is created so that you can get in touch with your subconscious mind, with your inner children who are stuck in time and space. Because healing is all about connecting to those aspects of you which are kind of scattered somewhere. Once you start connecting to them, integrating them, accepting them, life turns. You'll start seeing a difference because whatever is happening in your life is happening, either it is good, bad, ugly. It is happening because there is some part of you which is creating it. Now, the experiences which are not working for you, there is also some part which is creating. And when we connect to that part, understand what is happening and accept it, embrace it, then there is no more need for you to go through those adversities to learn something. Second is, now knowing that there are these parts um, is not enough. There has to be some space where you can unconditionally attend to them. Because if you think about these things like anger, guilt, shame, some things come up and you need to know how to handle it. So this space is created where you can connect to those parts of your personality and attend to them. Third is, as soon as we come together as a group, healing begins. Healing starts as soon as you come together as a group. Healing starts. Because that is how the energy works. If we come together with an intention to heal, we open up, as well as we would get a lot of energetic assistance to integrate these parts of our personalities of us. Okay, now coming back to today's topic, I'll tell you how we are going to go about it. Today, what we're going to do, I'll talk a little bit about this guilt and how we hold it and what happens, and then we'll go through a meditation, quick meditation to integrate these aspects of us. If time permits, I'll take up one of you and work, and I'll show you how you can handle things on your own as well. If something comes up tomorrow, if you want to work on some issue of you, you can apply the same technique, method, and you can work on yourself. Okay. So guilt towards your parents. First of all, feeling guilty is a sign that you still care. When do we feel guilty? When we hurt somebody, knowingly, unknowingly. If we have hurt somebody, we are storing that guilt in our subconscious mind. If you're feeling that guilt or that guilt is influencing you, that is telling you that somewhere a caring person is still alive in you. Otherwise, if we do something and don't feel the guilt, we end up causing a lot of trauma and problem to others without realizing or without bothering about it. Now, the guilt, when we hold it towards our authority figures, our parents, for whatever reason, we sabotage a lot of things, because our first source of pretty much everything in this life comes from our parents. Whether it is your money, as children, you're provided, you're dependent on your parents. So it could be your money, it could be your uh, love. The first source of love is also your parents. So in every way, the first source is from parents. The parents are pretty much God to you when you are born, because you cannot take care of yourself. There has to be somebody who's taking care of you and providing you with everything. If you hold guilt towards them, how do you? It's a normal tendency. If we go hold some guilt towards ourselves, we block resources so that we can punish ourselves. In most of the cases, wanting to punish is unconscious, but it's a natural human tendency. If you're feeling guilty, you want to punish yourself. So it's as good as if somebody is guilty, how we feel this righteousness that they should be punished, we do the same thing with ourselves. The guilt towards parents could be conscious or unconscious. Conscious guilts are something like letting down your parents, lying to them. It could be a petty thing or it could be a big thing. But the experience of guilt remains with you. It could be not living up to their expectations. It could be failing them. It could also be not being able to take care of your parents. Sometimes we hurt them emotionally. In some cases, people have hurt them physically. So all these things we hold on. The other type of guilt is unconscious guilt. So when we talk about unconscious guilt, that starts from the inception itself. This is in terms of energy. So have an open mind. It may resonate with you or it may not. But while working with clients, when we help them reach out to the depth of their subconscious mind, we see that quite often that they go back to their womb, or they go back to a very young childhood, which is not in their awareness. So talking in terms of energy, first one is the guilt when you're about to take birth, when you're in the womb. If you pick this energy where your parents are struggling, uh, not knowing how to take care of you, or because parenthood is not easy, it's like a lot of responsibility, and I think 7 out of 10 pregnancies are unplanned. They just happen. In most cases, young parents, it's a overwhelming responsibility, and if they are going through any financial challenges, crisis, you as a you can pick that in the womb itself. And if you have picked it energetically, you'd always feel that you're burdening others. It starts from that point in your life. If you're feeling that you're burdening others in one way or the other, probably you can get back, get in touch with those parts of your personality. Second is the guilt. This is again energetic. I'm not sure how much it would resonate, but the guilt which you hold because of, thanks, Jamni. So the guilt which you hold because of coming between your parents, this happens energetically. As soon as a child is born, the equation between parents shifts completely. Sometimes it brings them together. Sometimes the child could be a reason for a rift between parents. that we typically call as yin and yang imbalance. So, if you observe, you would see the equations, how equations change, and you can look into your life as well, how equation uh, shifts. And in some cases, there would be a lot of adversities because of this mismatched energetic dynamics. And if you are part of this story where like this normally happens when either you are a firstborn girl, there is a energetic connection between father and you, mother feels out of space. And if you are a firstborn boy, if there is a energetic connection between you and your mother, your father feels out of place. Not every case, but in certain cases we have observed this when we look at that family dynamics. So if you somewhere have this pattern or story, it's about finding your position. And when you are in the right position, you will open up to receive all the resources which are meant for you. Thank you. Third is the unconscious guilt of cutting short the experiences of your parents. We might have observed this in most of the cases. I can say that parents sacrifice a lot of things for their children. It could be in terms of time they sacrifice. It could be their need, their wishes they sacrifice. And it's a very natural thing for any parent to operate out of concern to take care of children more. And in the process, they cut short their life experiences. If you have picked this energy that the parents have cut short their experiences so that you can live your life, then there is a possibility you'll try to lead their life for them, try to fulfill their experiences. Living their dreams and not living your own dreams just to compensate for the experiences they couldn't complete. If you feel okay, feel free to type any guilt you hold towards your parents. You can type it on the group or send it to me personally. We'll collectively address that energy. Take up the chat box and type in if you hold any kind of guilt towards your parents. It's all right if it doesn't come. We'll go through the procedure which will help you. If you feel like typing in, just type in and let me know guilt of hurting them, anger. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, mom sacrificed her life for you. That happens, and yes, thank you so much, Asthab. Whatever parents do to their child, it is their choice and not the way of life. It is told, especially in Indian society. See, what we are trying to do is we are trying to look into, are we holding any guilt towards our parents and work on it. Now, when we talk in terms of energy, everyone is responsible for their life. Everyone is going through their own experiences, and everyone manifests it. Now, the guilt you hold, you're responsible for it. But when you start from looking from a higher perspective, you will see, you'll get that awareness that probably your parents wanted to go through that experiences. go through that experience. If when we talk about cutting short, not being able to complete their experience because of the child, it could be one of the ways they are experiencing experiencing an unfulfillment in their space. They want to go through that experience, and kids become part of their story. If we talk about children hurting their parents, that is also a co-creation where the parents also contributing, where they want to go through the probably this feeling of helplessness. Maybe they are learning something out of that feeling of helplessness, because every soul is an individual soul. Everybody has that potential where they can manifest life however they want. So it's a co-creation. It's all from the higher perspective. It's a script. It's where two people are playing certain roles, giving certain experience to each other. At the same time, we have a choice where we can make peace with this guilt with awareness. And imagine what would happen when you let go of it. For whatever reason it has happened, it's a different thing. But what would happen when you let go of it? You'll be more kind, you'll be more compassionate towards yourself. And that gets reflected towards your parents, parent figures, also towards your children. Because there is no more need to punish yourself, no more need to deprive you of love or any other resource which is meant for you. And when you are vibrating in this frequency, you obviously reflect this all around you. So no matter why it is coming, where is it coming, we have a choice to make peace with it. I'm not sure if I answered your question, um, but we'll continue. We'll go through the procedure, because more than conscious talk, the energy alignment happens. When we go through the procedure, it will give you an opportunity to connect to those aspects of you. That is more important. Okay. Being born as a female child, as parents wanted a male child. Yeah. So it is mm, again out of position and all those things. In-laws, I think, would fall in the same folder as parents. If you have a guilt of hurting them, you can attend to that. Judging parents. Yeah. This is again a uh, very strong unconscious guilt we hold towards our parents. We judge being in a position where we had certain awareness. So whatever we did at that point, probably it was the only way we knew to compare them with others, and also some strange guilt of not getting to know my father, and getting to know me as a person, as he passed away when I was very young. I have observed this so many times. And this is a specific case. Thank you for bringing it up. What I have seen is uh, these uh, young men or women, when their parents die, at the time they are about to start earning, mm, uh, or they are yet to earn, it gives a lot of grief to them, because it's a feeling that I was provided all my life, and when it's my turn to provide them, I lost my parents or fathers. And I've seen people losing interest in their mm, earning, just not knowing, if I cannot provide back, what is the point? If I cannot take care of parents who provided me all their life, what is the point? So this also happens. Uh, Chanan, what you're talking about is a very specific case. Maybe I'll get in touch with you. Not living up to their expectations. Yeah. Mm. My mom favors my brothers more than daughters. Mhm. So it's probably again judging them for being favorable to others. And when see what what is an interesting point is, if you observe whatever you have judged your parents or whatever you have perceived them, unconsciously when you have children you end up experiencing similar things in most of the cases. It's not that universe wants to punish you for that, but it is something like, the moment we judge, universe says, I think you don't know how it feels. I think you have not completed this lesson, or you don't have this awareness. How about you go through this experience? And it offers same experiences under pretty much similar circumstances, so that you can learn and integrate. All right. Okay. I think we are good with this. Let's go through the procedure. Okay. Please close your eyes. And if you still have any questions, we'll take them up at the end. So we'll finish the procedure, and when we are done with it, we'll see how much time is left and how to go about it. All right. Please mute yourselves, close your eyes. Relax. Take all your awareness, attention to the farthest noise or sound you can hear. Slowly bring that awareness, attention to the all noises which are happening around your building premises. Now bring in that awareness into your house, to any noises happening around, into your room, and without opening your eyes, observe the walls, the ceiling, the floor, your body sitting on the floor. Observe your body, physical body. Take your awareness, attention around your nostrils. Take a deep breath in through your nostrils, hold it for a couple of seconds, and slowly breathe out. When you breathe out, see all your tension, all your worries, all your concerns are slowly drifting away from your physical body. This time is for yourself. Nobody wants anything, nobody needs anything. So just let go. Take a deep breath, slowly breathe out, and see that relaxation setting in on top of your head, slowly flowing down to your forehead, to your eyes, to your face, back of your head, your neck, your shoulders, your arms, your palms, your chest. Observe this relaxation flowing onto your stomach, your upper back, middle back, lower back. Observe this relaxation slowly flowing into your genitals, into your hips, into your thighs. Observe this relaxation in your knees, in your calf muscles, in your feet. And see this relaxation from the top of your head to all the way down to tip of your toes. Each and every cell in a state of complete relaxation. All right. Now allow your consciousness to slowly drift away from your room, drifting away from your house, drifting, going farther and farther, and going to a point where there is a sacred garden, a space. Slowly start walking in this garden. Take a moment and start walking in this garden. Feel that grass beneath your feet. Slowly start walking. And see yourself being greeted by your angels and your spiritual guides. Allow them to lead you into a space where all your masters and the higher beings who are here to help you are waiting for you. Observe them being sitting in a circle, and at the center of this circle there is a small platform. Slowly start walking towards this platform and stand on the platform. Being in this space, invoke the love and light of your higher self. And invoke the love and light of your parents. Invite them to join you on this platform. Let your higher self and your parents stand together and see yourself facing them. Now invite all the children, all the inner children who have hurt your parents knowingly or unknowingly. Let them all join you on the platform. As they're joining you one by one, see yourself being handed a basket by your angels. Now slowly start walking towards all your inner children and present this energetic basket to them. Allow them to hand over the guilt they're holding and put it into the basket. Tell all your inner children who are feeling guilty, it's all right. I'm sorry that you had to do whatever you did. Start collecting this guilt from each and every inner child. As they are submitting their guilt, see them being relieved, getting lighter and lighter. If any inner children, if any inner child is reluctant or not willing to give up this guilt, invite your higher self to impart that knowledge, that awareness into this child, which would help the child to be burden free. Ask your higher self to place its hands on the shoulders of this inner child, and as soon as it is done, see an instant forgiveness setting in, allowing this child to submit the guilt into the basket. Keep collecting all the guilt, and now bring it back to your parents. Hand over this basket to your parents and see them happily accepting it and forgiving you. At the end of the day, what they wish is your happiness and your welfare. As you hand over this basket, in your mind's eye, repeat these statements. I solve my guilt towards my parents. I dissolve my guilt towards my parents. I resolve my guilt towards my parents. I co-solve my guilt towards my parents. I super-solve my guilt towards my parents. I awaken my peace. I awaken the peaceful me. I solve the reason behind my guilt towards my parents. I dissolve the reason behind my guilt towards my parents. I resolve the reason behind my guilt towards my parents. I co-solve the reason behind my guilt towards my parents. I super-solve the reason behind my guilt towards my parents. I awaken the reason behind my peace. I awaken the reason behind the peaceful me. I solve the brilliance behind my guilt towards my parents. I dissolve the brilliance behind my guilt towards my parents. I resolve the brilliance behind my guilt towards my parents. I co-solve the brilliance behind my guilt towards my parents. I super-solve the brilliance behind my guilt towards my parents. I awaken the brilliance in my peace. I awaken the brilliance in the peaceful me. See that all that guilt you handed over to your parents is merging into the light. As soon as it merges into the light, see all your inner children coming closer to you and merging with you. Take a moment. Allow these inner children come closer to you. Recognize them. Allow them to integrate in you. See yourself extending your gratitude to all the higher beings holding your space, your masters, your parents, your higher self, and slowly walking in the garden towards the frequency of prosperity. You can see, perceive this frequency of prosperity in any form. You can see it as a person, you can see it as a color, you can see it as an energy, you can see it as some object or a metaphor. Slowly walk towards this frequency, this energy of prosperity consciousness. And in your mind's eye, repeat the statement, I recognize you. 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 As you are recognizing, observe this prosperity consciousness slowly entering your third eye and filling onto each and every cell of your body. In your mind's eye, repeat the statement, I awaken the prosperity consciousness in me. I awaken the prosperity in me. I awaken the prosperous me. I awaken the prosperity in me. I awaken the prosperous me. See each and every cell of your body turning into gold dust. See you becoming the same prosperity consciousness you perceived. Now allow yourself as this prosperity consciousness come closer towards your city, towards your house, into your room, and closer to your physical body. Allow this awareness, this consciousness to slowly merge in you. take a moment and allow this prosperity consciousness to integrate into your physical body. As soon as it integrates in your physical body, all the leftover guilt, pains and aches and anything which is the result of guilt towards your parent figures slowly dissolves and moves out of your physical body. See your physical body completely turning into the prosperity consciousness. Take a deep breath in. Slowly breathe out. Move your fingers, move your toes, rub your palms. Give that heat to your eyes and come back. Slowly come back. All right. Welcome back. Okay, we'll open up for questions. If you have any questions, we'll take them up. Grab some water. If you have some water with you, take a sip. How are you feeling? What's happening? Please feel free to unmute and speak.
Hi, Mujib. Chandni here.
Yeah. Thank you, Soumya. Chandni, you are muted again. Thank you. Thank you, Soumya. All right. So if you don't have any questions, we'll wind up here. But feel like if you'd like to share the experience, feel free to share it, whatever you experience right now. Otherwise, we are good for today and we'll catch up next week again.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear. Yes, Chandni, go ahead. Feeling very relaxed. Thank you. Thank you, Lalima. Soumya is asking, can you please repeat again how parental figure affect your prosperity? So, as I said, parents are your first source of all the resources. If you are holding some guilt towards them, how do you punish yourself? By blocking the resources. And a primary contributor of money to you as a child are your parents. So obviously, you will start blocking the money as well. Chandni, yes, you can speak up. I think she has some network issues. All right. Archana, yes, please go ahead. Unmute yourself and speak.
So I saw a child like figure sitting on the center on another bench. When you say go towards the prosperity consciousness. Can you hear me?
Not very clearly.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
I can hear, but your voice is a little muffled. Maybe you can type. Try speaking again. Let's see.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, yes.
Okay. So I saw a childlike figure sitting on the bench when he asked to go towards the prosthetic consciousness.
Okay, okay.
It was white, matlab white light type.
Absolutely fine. However you perceive, you can perceive it as a child. You can perceive it in any form. It's how your subconscious mind is perceiving. So it's fine. Did you feel that integration? I mean,
So when you asked to integrate that, I was little confused. Like, should I not confused, but it was a question in my mind: should I integrate this or not, or this needs healing, some healing, or what?
yeah.
That was
Maybe some part of your personality is still holding some guilt. What you can do is, I'm going to upload this on YouTube. You can watch it again. You can attain to that part which is still reluctant to uh, open up to prosperity.
okay.
Okay. All right. Any other questions? Are we good for today? IMG was very healing for me as I saw many integration happen. Also, you mentioned how we can use this technique on our own as well as after the session. Is it the same process as followed today? Yes. So um, basically, it is attending to these inner children. You can visualize the same garden. You can go to the same place, awaken your higher beings who are holding your space, and then invite these inner children. Once they are there, begin with recognizing them. Because when we talk about these inner children who are either holding shame or guilt or anger or anything else, more than any healing, first they need recognition, acknowledgement. This is because the moment we find some part of us holding the guilt, first thing we do is reject it, thinking it is dark, it is not good. But all these limitations make us human. So, first thing is recognizing it, that inner child, saying that maybe you did whatever you knew best at that time. The moment you start recognizing, you will feel that child coming alive and cooperating with you. That part of your personality will start cooperating. Healing is the second step, but first is recognition. Then you can use the statements: I solve, dissolve, resolve, co-solve, and super-solve. This is to make peace with the guilt or the shame or any adverse feelings you hold, and then awaken what is that you need. So if you're holding guilt, what you seek is peace. You can awaken the peace in you. I awaken my peace, I awaken the peaceful me. After that, also, if the child is reluctant, you invite your higher self to hold that space. So when we talk about higher self, it's nothing but that aware part of your personality. So you can take them literally if you believe and they work. But if you don't believe, see them as extension of you, because everything is the extension of yourself. So when you invite that higher self, which is all knowing, which has the awareness of your past, your present, and your future possibilities, ask your higher self to impart that knowledge into this child. And you will see the child letting go of this guilt. or shame or anger or whatever it is holding, and it will merge into you. When it happens, you'll feel lighter, you'll feel relaxed, and energetically you will integrate that part of your personality. That integration will help you in the real world, on the ground reality. Because the more whole and complete you feel, you're in harmony with yourself. There is no conflict or fight going on between you and your guilty part or your ashamed part. You're at harmony, you're at peace. And when you are in that frequency, you open up to wonderful experiences of life. All right. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. See you next Friday. We'll take up another topic and work on it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mujib.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a lovely evening.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mujib.
Thank you. Thank you, Sienna. Bye-bye.